Well, my name is Kirandeep Kaur. I am student of Graduate Diploma in Health and Rehabilitation Studies at Tohama Institute of Technology in New Zealand. And today I will represent my presentation on the Treaty of waitangi. Well, the Treaty of waitangi is a part of my subject of professional health of practice in New Zealand, and I do this presentation for cover up my task 2 presentation. So firstly, I explained in a brief introduction of Treaty of waitangi. Well, the Treaty of waitangi is a documentary agreement between 500 Maori people along with 40 their chiefs in between the British Crown. And this documentary agreement was founding while we are studying the history of New Zealand, and it tells us a history of 18 in during 1830. Lot of English or England population moved to the New Zealand, and they were planned for the settlement point of view in New Zealand through doing a large scale land transactions with the Maori population. So initially Maori people show rough and rude behavior while signing the Treaty of waitangi, but the missionary with the effective measures taken by a missionary Henry Williams and his son Edward, they both are translated the whole agreement of Treaty of waitangi from English to a Maori language on a 4th Feb in 1840. And because but it has difficulty in meaning in English version as well as a different meaning and interpretations in a Maori language. So the chief of Hakihoni along with their 40 chiefs of Maori signed the Treaty of waitangi on a 6th Feb 1840, and thereafter in the month of September near about 500 Maori people including some women are signed on this document, and it was circulated all over the New Zealand country. So now from that time period to till present date, this is 6th February of every year considered as a public holiday in New Zealand. So this Treaty of waitangi has 3 articles. First one is a sovereignty in English version, but Kawa and Thanga in meaning of Maori language means a government of New Zealand. So this Treaty of waitangi document has 3 articles, and they followed main 3 principles. First one articles based on the principle of a partnership means Maori people give proper right or power to British for buy lands and they wish to sell, and in reward back they wanted full rights of ownership of their forest and fishery land and some other valuable possessions, etc. And in second article they followed a protection principle. Well, this protection principle means British government give agreement to the Maori chief for protected all the New Zealander for their safety and security, and there was no any kind of discriminations maintained between a Maori and the English population. So third article represent the principle of a participation. It means the provide equal and a similar right to the Maori as well as like English people in New Zealand. So that's about so moving further, if I talk about healthcare system in New Zealand, well, the healthcare and Treaty of waitangi explore the story of a treaty and its showing impact on a health system of Maori people. So health personnel have need to understand how to develop a New Zealand healthcare system. So firstly we have to needed to understand Treaty of waitangi, which we discuss in beforehand, and now I will represent the responsibility and role of healthcare profession, especially in a nursing, while providing care to the Maori people in the healthcare department of New Zealand. Well, according to the Nursing Council of New Zealand, they set some rule regulations for providing nursing care to the patients under HPCA Act for maintenance, promotion and protection of people health in New Zealand. So they following these 3 principles like first one is a partnership of Tritya Waitangi, means providing health assurance for patient and nurses that their main aim is to maintenance of a sound physical, mental and social health for achieving optimum level of a health by work collaboratively to each other. So their partnership between a patient nurse is a must to achieving a good health. And second principle followed by the nurses while providing accurate health delivery services to the Muri, like protections. So always protect the patient rights. Their safety security is a must while providing care to the patient. So according to the Nursing Council of New Zealand in 2009, the passes a law for midwife and nurses must respect and protect the Muri health beliefs while providing care to the people of Muri. And moreover, in a third principle of a participation involve like avoiding or reducing the inequalities in health status of a Maori and some other Pacific generations of New Zealand's. Along with it, they encourage them to adopt healthy nutritious lifestyles, promote healthy nutritious habits and avoiding bad habits in lifestyle, and receiving all healthcare services from a primary to a tertiary level of care for maintenance of their normal good health in a Maori population. So next to this, nurses self-care is more important according to the Tate in 2003. He give their viewpoint. Nurses should have a self-awareness about client culture and belief before providing care to the patient. So nurses self-awareness and knowledge about custom, culture, traditions is most important because while treating a client with respect, the sometimes nurses may harm the patient's spiritual and cultural values during providing care to the patient. So it's a must to know about their culture and custom of patient. And second one is a distribution of equitable services, including the patient without making a discrimination on the basis of religion, socio-economical category, race, culture, etc. Apart from this, the professional nurse have a need to maintenance of patients while providing care to the people. And the professional value of a nurse is such as a compassionate humanistic manner is needed to enhance the knowledge and experience as well as the skill of nurse while nursing practices, delivering our nursing practices to promote a good health of a New Zealand population. And finally, the responsibility of a nurse for a culture safety and health issues relating to the Maori people is according to the Treaty of Waitangi is mainly to providing sport and health services to the Maori public, and according to the priority and needs of patient culture values and their need. And it means main focus to improve their physical mental health of client by nurses own self understanding about patient culture beliefs and protect their these rights. So moreover, if I talk about culture safety or origin of a culture safety is providing a safe health services to the Maori within a contemporary period of a New Zealand practices, and it involving the main aim of culture safety in New Zealand in nursing professions is to understand the culture belief of a patient, which are different from each other, such as on the basis of age, sex, religion and socio-economical conditions, as well as ethnicity is included. So secondly, the main motive of culture safety is to improve the health and disability services by analyzing through power relationship between a caregiver and those person who are receiving care from a health department. So for instance, if a patient have a health problem not cured at a primary level, they are further referred to the secondary or tertiary level. If I talk about culture safety means is to providing physical, mentally, socially, spiritually healthy environment to the Maori people while providing a healthy treatment to the patient. So culture safety is very broad in its application in a Maori health population because they experienced various health problems due to socioeconomical inequalities and other factors such as on the basis of age, sex, and dietary lifestyle. So, therefore, the treaty of Waitangi guide the nurses for providing equal and safe healthcare services to the patient and providing comprehensive care to the Maori people for maintenance of their good health. So, as of other while providing better health services to the Maori for protect and preserve their good health and sound body. So then lastly I depicted the references in my PowerPoint presentations. So thank you so much.